There's nothing here, so... Oh, there is stuff here. Well, nothing suits my eye because I have everything. Okay, I'm leaving. Come on, guys. We're gonna go to... We're gonna go back over here. Pillows on the floor. Hello. Okay, so once you go, you can go back in. That is good. Okay, so
Beats being on patrol.
do I want to buy? So let's talk to him.
Back again? Need a weapon for an emergency? Mr. Holdout's your guy.
Easy to hide. No, okay.
Things guards can't spot when they're patting you down or checking for iron at your hip.
Let me see what you have.
Take a look at these beauties.
Brass knuckles, knife, silence. Ooh, silence pistol. I'll take 2 of those. Thank you. Especially since, I only have 6 bullets, but hey, do you have any bullets?
Back again? Need a weapon for an emergency? Mr. Holdout's your guy.
Let's see what you have.
Take a look at these beauties.
Thank you. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're at the strip.
It's hard to sleep in this place, I tell you. Last night, some girl was pounding on my door all night. Finally, I had to let her out. What? I love these robots with their friendly little policeman faces. Sure, they still rough you up, but they look so happy. They really care about your privacy here at the Tops. Even room service has an enlisted number.
What? LVB station. Oh. So, the Lucky 38's over there. Huh. So, how do you get into the Lucky 38? Ooh, revolving cocktail lounge. Hottest tables in town.
I had dinner at the Ultra Lux the other night.
Where's the door? Oh, there's the door.
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again. Boss is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
Thank you, Victor.
I see you brought some friends. Sorry, partner, but they're gonna have to stay outside.
That's fine. No problem. I'll head up myself.
Come back soon now.
Yeah, they can stay outside. Do I have my guns? I have my guns. Okay, so you need to go upstairs. I'm just gonna look around. Check in. Pre-war book. Coffee makers. Grand opening Lucky 38 Hotel, Las Vegas, Nevada. A safe that's already been opened. We can jump over that. That's interesting. There's nobody here. Winner, hottest tables in town, Lucky 38. Look at all the pre-war money. I mean, if it's gonna let me take it, or it's not an issue. Okay. Dismiss? No, I don't want to dismiss all. Can I?
Where to, partner?
Penthouse. Let's go to the penthouse. Okay, so...
Penthouse floor.
Victor. I swear, you're following me. Aren't you? Victor. Jane.
Well, hello, Sugar. Mr. House is waiting for you in his office.
Who are you?
I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
Can you tell me about New Vegas?
Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the 3 families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know?
3 families.
They're just new money, Sugar. They might pretend they're sophisticated, but between you and me, they're not far off from tribals. Emeritus especially are just awful brutes. the chairman and the White Glove Society at least pretend to have some culture.
Huh. Tell me about the casinos.
Well, of course, there used to be a lot more of them. But these days, there are 3 open to the public. The Tops, the Ultra Lukes, and Gamora. And the Lucky 38, of course. But we're not open to the public. You're a special case, Sugar.
Okay. Tell me about the other attractions.
Well, let's see. The NCR has an embassy here, but why you'd want to go talk to a bunch of boring old politicians, I surely don't know. Oh, and the Vault 21 Hotel and Gift Shop has an adorable collection of old Vault-Tec memorabilia. And I suppose if you like neon signs, you might check out Michelangelo's sign shop.
Huh. Let's talk about something else.
Anything you like, Sugar.
What's with the snow globe collection?
Not many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes. If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. You'll get a reward, of course. In fact, one of Mr. House's favorites went missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
Oh, that's interesting. I've got a snow globe for his
You
collection.
do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take it and put it with the rest of the collection.
Huh. What kind of robots are you?
Why, I'm a Robco PDQ-88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal civil robotic security on the market.
What is this place?
This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino, or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages now. Nobody comes in or out.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me about Mr. House?
Why, Sugar, he's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
Sounds like you're pretty fond of him.
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book.
I didn't realize robots could have such strong feelings about people.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
So you're a copy of a dead woman. What exactly do you do for Mr. House?
Mr. House has a lot of needs, Sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
I really don't want to think about that.
Then maybe you shouldn't pry into a lady's particulars. Hmm?
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about
Anything
something
you like, Sugar?
else. Goodbye. Okay, so we can look around here and possibly find a snow globe. Are we all the way up? Oh, we are. I think that's Mr. House. I'll come back. I got a lot of books. Activate terminal. Who are you? Can I activate terminal? Open antechamber. I'm not sure. Antechamber? I'm gonna do this. So let's talk to Mr. House.
This meeting has been a long time coming, hasn't it? You've come a long ways, literally, and I suspect figuratively as well. I have to ask, now that you've reached your destination, what do you make of what you see?
Never seen anything like this before. A city devoted to vice and sin, what's not to love. I prefer a wasteland, to be honest. What the hell are you? Well, I know what. I've never seen anything like this.
Of course you haven't. Vegas always was one of a kind.
Yep.
What you see down on the Strip is just a fraction of the city's former glory, and yet, more than an echo, I preserved its spirit. Or perhaps you were referring to the Lucky 38? The years haven't been kind to her, but still she manages to impress.
Why the VIP treatment? I'm just a courier.
Oh, don't be coy. You've been playing a high-stakes game ever since Victor dug you out of the ground. Don't be afraid to admit it.
Let's get down to business then.
The business is this. One of my employees has stolen an item of extraordinary value from me, and I want it recovered. Simple enough.
Oh, okay. What do you propose?
My only concern is the recovery of the platinum chip. What happens to Benny, I leave to your discretion.
Oh, okay.
When you bring the chip to me, I will pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Raise your price? No, I'm not gonna say that. 1,000 caps, I accept your terms. I have a question before I decide.
What did you wish to know?
How do I get to Benny?
It won't be easy. Benny is always surrounded by at least 4 bodyguards, except when he's in his private suite on the 13th floor of the Tops.
The chairmen are your employees. Don't they take orders?
It's more complicated than that. The chairmen share what you might call a tribal affinity.
Okay.
Look for a man named Swank, Benny's second-in-command. He's always been a reliable, if unimaginative, employee. Do your best to convince him that you're working under my auspices. If you have evidence of Benny's crimes, show it to him.
What can you tell... Why can't you tell... Wait a minute. Why can't you be the one to tell Swank?
By contract, Securitrons are to enter the casinos only when invited by the 3 families, or if other extraordinary circumstances arise. The moment I send one into the Tops, Benny will know I'm on to him.
Oh. Say I want to take a diplomatic approach.
If you were to approach Benny in public, you might be able to leverage his fear of exposure to make him agree to meet with you in private.
Okay. Any idea how I could catch him off guard?
Sneaking into Benny's suite on the 13th floor would be very difficult, but not impossible. There might be guards. Certainly there'd be a sturdy lock on his front door.
Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Tell me about Benny.
Benny has led the chairman ever since I recruited his tribe 7 years ago. Until his recent misbehavior, I'd planned to make him my protege. Maybe if I'd begun grooming him sooner, none of this would have happened.
What use would you have for a protege?
To achieve my aims, I require a capable human agent to perform certain tasks. I knew Benny was ambitious, even ruthless, but I believed he would do the job so long as he was incentivized appropriately. Obviously, I miscalculated his drive for supremacy, but in any case, you've come along, a more than suitable replacement.
Why did Benny betray you?
I have to think that he found out about the platinum chip and mistakenly convinced himself that he could use it to his own ends. One of the problems of a tribal workforce, I'm afraid. No intuitive understanding of how complex technologies can be.
Why didn't you intervene sooner when Benny ambushed me?
Why didn't Victor intervene sooner, you mean? Goodsprings is a bit too far away for me to reliably control a Securitron agent by remote. I can send and receive packets of data at best. Victor's combat algorithms determined the proper course of action. Benny and his thugs were more than a match for a lone Securitron. When he alerted me, I instructed him to approach the site after Benny and the others had departed.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
What is the platinum chip?
It's a very special item. There's nothing else like it in the entire world. It was lost a long time and difficult to find. That's all you need to know about it for this stage of our enterprise. Fulfill your contract, deliver the chip, and good things will come your way.
The more I know about the chip, the easier I can find it.
You might keep an eye out for any computers that Benny's been using. Maybe even a computer lab of some sort.
I have a right to know more. Connection lost. If the chip's so valuable, why use a single courier to transport it?
You realize you were just one of many couriers. The rest of them, dummies, so to speak. Add to that many thousands of caps worth of mercenary protection to screen your avenue of approach. Had I used an armed caravan to transport the chip, I might as well have been announcing to the world, "This is important. Attack this." I didn't want to attract the attention of groups like the Great Khans or the Brotherhood of Steel. Alas, the real threat was closer to home.
Why don't you send your robots in the tops to arrest Benny?
Frontal assaults on casinos? Not good for business. In any case, Benny would see it coming, and all he'd have to do is hold the chip up and point a pistol at it. Our foremost advantage is that Benny doesn't know that I know he has the chip. Let's not squander it.
Okay, I do have a right to know more.
That's simply not true. I am the only person to hold any rights pertaining to the chip. I designed it, and I paid for it, dearly. To develop that chip, I spent a sum of US dollars. Not the bottle caps that pass as currency these days, but a sum beyond counting. For decades, I paid salvagers to comb the ruins for it. And when it was finally discovered, tens of thousands of caps spent to have it brought here. We know how that turned out. Complete your contract, and it will be the last time I pay for the chip. Save your questions for then.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Who exactly are you, Mr. House?
I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the New Vegas Strip. I oversaw the city's renovations starting from 2274 onward. The 3 families are my employees. Before the Great War of 2077, I was the founder, president, and CEO of Robco Industries, a vast computer and robotics corporation.
You appear to be a computer, not a man.
Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicon.
How have you stayed alive all this time?
Let's just say it was very costly. But I was willing to make the sacrifices longevity entailed, financial and otherwise.
How did you establish New Vegas?
We can discuss this in greater detail at another time. Suffice it to say that when my Securitrons detected NCR scouts at Hoover Dam, I took action. I recruited a tribal force to supplement my Securitrons and renovated the Strip just in time to welcome the NCR as it marched into the region.
Huh.
Instead of war, a treaty was negotiated, and the money started to pour in.
Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Tell me about the factions vying for New Vegas.
It's understandable that you'd be curious about this topic, but we'll hold off until the platinum chip has been recovered. What else did you want to know?
Okay. Goodbye.
Have you considered the terms of my offer? There's little else for us to discuss until you have.
I'll recover the chip.
Well enough. Return to me when you have the platinum chip in your possession. Any final matters for us to discuss?
I'll return when I have the chip.
Until then,